Okay, this is my digital story about my experiences with my Read 180 student this semester. My student was a 7th grade boy from Waverly Middle School, and on the very first day he made it very clear to me that he was not interested at all in reading the novel, and he was not interested in anything relating to school. So right away it was a mixture of him not wanting to do anything, and myself not knowing how I was going to approach reading with him each week. At first, all he wanted to do was talk about video games or draw pictures that he was working on outside of school. He was also very difficult to work with for the first couple weeks. He would get up to go to the bathroom more than once, he would distract other students that were sitting by us in the library, and some days he would say that his throat was too sore to read out loud and he wouldn't want to read that day. The funny thing is, he's a very skilled reader. I was so surprised of this because of his complete discontent with the novel and reading in general. He does not have any issue with punctuation or vocabulary, which made it very easy to read and understand the material. His reading comprehension was well above average, which I also found surprising because it never seems like he's paying attention to me. He's either looking off into the distance, drawing pictures, or not on the same page as myself. I asked him if he worked on reading outside of school, with other novels or readings for class, but he said he will only read outside of school if it's for a class, which is the response that I expected. Since he never seemed interested at all in the novel, I needed a strategy that would somewhat make this process a little more fun. To keep him more engaged, I asked him to draw pictures of what he thought was going on in the book and explain them to me. I did this method because he was not interested in any other methods I discussed with him, and this was the only strategy that made him interested. He also enjoyed drawing as a hobby, so visual summaries made the most sense. Each week we would go over the previous chapters that we read, and questions that I had asked him, and the major events that had happened. He was also able to comprehend what was previously read a week earlier, even though he had showed no interest in what was going on. We then would read and discuss chapters and major events that had happened during the session. I would ask him about some of the major events, and he would be able to comprehend most, if not all, of what had happened in both chapters. He was even able to remember unimportant parts of the chapters. He would then draw 2 pictures, one for each chapter, of what he thought was happening. He would also have to explain to me what these pictures meant and why he drew them. Although he never showed much enthusiasm in the strategy, I thought it really helped and improved how we both approached the readings each week. I really thought this each week since the starting this strategy we have taken big strides from the previous weeks. He has shown more interest than before because of the drawing aspect of the strategy, and although he still does not care for the novel, he has been more open to having conversations about each reading, and he even likes to read more pages out loud to me. So overall, this was a very educational and exciting experience. This was the first time I had ever worked one-on-one with a student, and I feel that I got a lot out of this experience, even though my student in particular was not very interested. I'm just very pleased with the progress we have made, and I hope that he will continue to use visual summaries to help with his future reading. Thank you.